so good to have you here, and whatever you're navigating in order to be here too. Thank you for doing that. Thanks for doing that for your own mission and all the people who need you. So this is week 3 of our Meant for More 30-day challenge, and these are the associated Zoom Q&A calls that we have to support you on your Meant for More journey. I don't know if any of you caught me this morning. I was on Sharkpreneur with Kevin Harrington and his partner. It was pretty fun to be back on that show with Meant for More. So we've got some new folks joining us here from there, most likely as well. Anyone from Jen's tribe? I was on Jen, who teaches actors, yesterday. Is that you, Piper? Oh, great. Really fun. New. I'm so glad you made it here. It's really nice to meet you guys yesterday. What an amazing community. So we've got, people here from just all kinds of different, interests and service levels and different places in their Meant for More journey, and it's all great. So we've got some exciting announcements today and new things happening on campus. Lots of people joining us here, so I'm gonna let you guys pile in. Would love to start out. By the way, we are in week 3, so this is about assuming the throne. Got to have your crown handy nearby. So this week is about your expert title. I can't wait to dive into that and hear what you're finding and what you're coming up with, and we will. I'd like to start with one of our campus rituals because, gosh, I feel like this is just a muscle that we can never use enough, and that is sharing wins. So if you've been in the Meant for More challenge, whether it's been just a couple days or you've been here the whole couple of weeks so far, would love to hear what ground you've taken, what's opening up for you so far from dedicating this time. And, reminder, if you're new on our campus, with sharing wins, with being an entrepreneur, it's just one of those things where, we're, like I shared before, we're always, we're sailing the ocean blue, and, you look out into the horizon, and when you're sailing and you're going, and, you could be just making tons of speed, tons of tracks, the wind on your back, the wind at your back. And still the horizon doesn't look any closer sometimes. You can feel like you've done so much, but didn't get anywhere. And really the way to acknowledge how far you've come is to look back at the shore. Because then you see like, wow, I've come really far. I'm way, way, way far out from the shore. And the way you do that as an entrepreneur is to take a moment to claim your wins. It's a practice you want to be doing on your own. You want to be doing with people you're supporting. So feel free to, borrow this practice. And if you don't do it, no one's going to do it for you. It's a lot like assuming the throne. If you don't claim it, you wait for someone to knock on your door and say, hey, Brenda, you've got big gifts to share and we want to tell the world about you. You could be waiting a long time. I waited till I was 40 until I finally assumed the throne. And the last 12 years have been so extraordinary. And I want, I want some of that for all of you at whatever level you want it for yourself. So we're going to just open with a couple people getting the chance to practice. You'll see that we have, you'll see that we have a participant. There's a participant button if you're on your desktop across the bottom. It shows a list of everyone who's here. And like as our person from 932 already discovered, you can raise your hand, hovering over your own name and hitting the raise your hand button. So if you've got some wins to share, I'd love to hear. And by the way, if your name isn't showing up the way that you want, like if you kind of want me to know you and you to know me, you want your name to show up, you can also go right over your little square with your mouse if you're on a desktop, and you'll see 3 little buttons. And if you hit those buttons, you can put your name exactly how you want it. So we know this is Jay Libs and Brenda Daniels and Seema Karal. So if you're showing up as a phone number or a name that's not yours, feel free to fix that up so we can all get to know each other better. Okay, so I've got someone from 932. If you want to unmute yourself and start with my win is, first tell me your name because I don't know it. I would love to hear from you. So my 932 caller who raised your hand, would you like to share? If you do, you just need to unmute. I can unmute you here. And then you would just start with my win is. Maybe that was an accidental hand raise. Let's find out. All right, I'm gonna let me know in the chat if you did want to share. Let's see. And we'll go on to Brenda. Brenda, if you want to unmute and start with my win is, we'd love to celebrate you. And by the way, you guys, a lot of people don't share because they think it's bragging or selfish, but you're about to find out that this is one of the ways you assume the throne. You get known by your wins and you inspire other people by your wins. They say, wow, that's possible for you. Maybe I ought to be taking that on too. So Brenda, if you would unmute.
Yes, I'm unmuted.
Awesome.
Yes, so I am a health coach. In about 3 weeks, I'll be certified as a health and life coach. During this journey, and it's been a great journey, I've been working with 2 practice clients. And one of my clients, a young lady, a single mother, but she's doing extremely well. She already, at 30, she already has her college degree. Her children are doing well. She has 2 or 3 nonprofit organizations that she runs, but she lacked in self-care of herself. She's putting everybody before herself, and she was, and because she wasn't taking care of herself, she couldn't figure out why she couldn't lose weight, in the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And her stress level was like 1,000. When I asked her what was her stress level, 1 to 10, she said 1,000. So over the time, it kind of felt at times that I wasn't reaching her, but I would always step back and just kind of let her have her space, but I never gave up. And it was a challenge for me because it made me see, what you have to do with people. You start in one arena, and you end up somewhere else, because as you peel back the onion, you never know what is really bothering people. So,
so my win is?
So my win is this. She came to me and talked about all the things that we had been discussing over the course of the sessions. She set boundaries with people. She started taking action with people. She started asking for help. And then she published on Facebook a few days ago how she's framed all of her degrees and all the things that she's accomplished because she now cherishes and understands the value of recognizing the small things that she's done. And for me, that was like the best thing that could have happened. I'm still thrilled about her finding her greatness. So.
I love this ripple effect. Hold on, I'm just taking some of your words down to use here. Should we do more further work? I like to capture what you're saying because there's gold in it. But I love the ripple effect of you being here in the Men for More Challenge, claiming your wins. And can you guys see the business karma in this? Because now the client that she's helping is coming around and specifically cherishing and understanding her own greatness, claiming her own wins. Right. So I see this, I call it business karma. Like when we step up in a certain way, like you may notice when you invest in yourself and then all of a sudden you see, you get off the maybe train and you invest in yourself. All of a sudden you see those people that were on the maybe train invest in themselves with your, as your client. So I love this win claiming the greatness loop that you've got going on here, Brenda. You're claiming yours, and now the people around you are doing the same. So yes. Great. Thank you for going first. Thanks for sharing. Who's inspired by that? Yeah. Anybody want to share? Give Brenda a little bit of our. This is how we clap here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Brenda. Okay, let's see. Love to hear also from, let's see, Brenda, I am going to lower your hand here. What happened? Well, Brittany, I don't know why I'm not able to lower Brenda's hand. There it is. Okay, Piper, would love to hear your win. If you could start out with my win is and go right into it, that'd be great. These are just quick shares to get us warmed up so we can dive right into us. This is part of assuming the throne. We can't skip it. And we're going to give ourselves an expert title, but this is all part of it. So Piper.
Hi.
Hi.
You can hear me? Good. So my win is I joined this yesterday.
Yeah. You heard me yesterday on a Facebook
I
Live.
did. And I ordered your book. I haven't done the first 2 steps yet, but I've developed something in this stay-at-home time. I've started to write monologues, and I'm also offering sort of a branding session for actors. And I had given out a free branding at like one of these meetup groups. It was like a game, and I'd given up a free branding. And so I did the free branding, and he bought a monologue. So giving something free out, and then I turned around and made some money off of it. So that's kind of cool. So that was my win.
It's amazing with generosity coupled with knowing what you offer, what can happen. So many of us we're leading with generosity, but we haven't nailed our offer. So it just kind of feels like it's giving all the time. They love you, but they don't buy from you. But the more that you can clarify what we call nail your offer, the more that you can continue that generosity. But there's a track that which people that want more can take, just the same way that happened to you. So I love that, Piper, and I'm so glad that you found your way here yesterday. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's hear it for Piper. Zoom clap, Zoom clap. Cool. It's so great. I see so many wonderful faces here. Some of you that you've been on my campus for many years, and others that are new friends. Really great. Okay, let's take one more quick win. Dana, looks like you're from New York City. If you could unmute yourself for me and start with my win is. Again, this is all right on topic with assuming the throne.
Hi, everybody. Yes, I am a business consultant, and my win is I've been offering free sessions, pro bono services. Initially, I started with the intention of helping taxpayers navigate these new laws and how to report and record and get organized, blah, blah, blah. And it ended up with, just go on my online calendar and book a session to speak about whatever you need to speak, personal or professional. I'm here. And I've been learning that, so that's my biggest win. I've been learning that no matter how continuously successful or severely affected people are, we all had to drastically adjust our lives, our everyday routines and schedules. And I've also learned to tell everybody that while I am running a business, I do offer pro bono charity free services. However, I appreciate that when they do get the funds, they consider retaining me. And yesterday, I got my first $500 consulting payment.
That's so awesome. You got your first meant for more paycheck.
Exactly. And I didn't expect it. It took, for me, it was a lot of courage to actually tell people that while I do offer this for free, I do expect to get paid when they can afford it. I did not ask for the payment. This particular prospect just went on my website, saw the fees, and said, you know what, I know this is way less than what you charge, but this is what I can afford, and I appreciate your free session so far. And I was like, oh my God, I felt guilty for accepting the money, but then I'm like, it feels good.
Yes. I mean, listen, chapter 1, right? Where like so many of you are well into meant for more. The first part is really, where you're starting to, where your muscle, your muscle development opportunity is here. And it's, making peace with sales. It's that, that people people want to, he wanted to reciprocate for the value that you gave. And you're going to find that when you give people the chance to pay you for that value up front, there's some really good things that happen. They'll lean in more, they'll listen more, they'll take more action, right? So we're going to want to keep working to like build that confidence, to flip the ratio, to be ready with your offer, right? We're in special times, and I see that you're testing out your unique offer, and you're giving people some free opportunities. But you'll see over time that you're going to become a stronger mentor and have more resources for them if you are also receiving the wealth in return for the wealth that you're providing, the wealth of
Yes.
knowledge you're providing.
Thank
So
you,
I think
thank
that's
you,
a
thank
great
you
win,
so
though. I
very
love.
much for all your offerings and amazing support. It definitely helped me a lot.
Great. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. All right. And our very last one here with her hand up, I believe, is Dee Dee. If you want to unmute Dee Dee and share my win is. And so happy you'll be joining me, Dee Dee, at Ignite. It's really exciting. We get to spend next week together. I'll share a little bit more with people here in a bit about that, but share your win here with me, Dee Dee. Where'd she go? I got a lot of people on the screen here. Dee Dee.
Here I am.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Hi.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
My win is I signed up for Ignite, and
Yay.
I'm not kidding. After that, I had 2 clients reach out to me and ask if they could sign up for my personal coaching program.
It
So
happens.
I'm delighted. And if I had already worked with you, this would be online and I would be doing 25 times or 2,500 times. I wouldn't have to do these 2 clients one-on-one. So what a fantastic opportunity to transition that information and that exercise of working with them into my Meant for More strategy with the online
It's great.
sales.
It's going to give us some rich soil on Monday and Tuesday, and I have no other better word for it, you guys, than business karma. I think I just gently mentioned that I had 2 spots left. We have 1 now for a Monday and Tuesday deep dive that I'm doing called Ignite. It's just there's just 7 of us. It's 2 days with me in this format, live and interactive, but it's just 7 of us. So we go deep into each person's business and we nail the offer, we nail what you're known for, and we nail your online business plan. So if anybody is feeling like you want to know a little more, you might want to just jump in with us Monday and Tuesday. We have room for 1 more person. I can tell you here, we have John Hasty that you see, we have Dee Dee, and we have Shasheen. And let's see, am I missing anyone else who are part of our 7? Oh, right. I can't see your name there waving though. Hey, sorry, your name's not showing on your screen. So I see you waving, but I just don't know all the names by heart yet. So if you want to put your name up though, so anyway, I used to do this only for my $100,000 a year clients. They would get 3 of these 2 days a year. And when I wound that down and saw what was happening in the world, I said, there's some people that are just going to want to move faster right now. So it's not for everybody, but if you want to check it out at lisasasevich.com/ignite, it's a $10,000 2-day that you can be part of for $3,500 right now. And it includes our $2,000 Marketing Yourself Online course, our webinar and teleseminar course. So it sort of pays for itself just right there. So, if you're interested, you can reach out. Brittany just posted the link, EA, you'll see her, EA Brittany. You can always private message her if you have any questions, and we can still get you going for Monday, Tuesday. Just a little side note for some of you that are on the accelerated track. Because I think we all can feel that there's something special happening right now. We're hearing all the stories of people who are just, accelerating their game. But I know sometimes you hear the stories, but you're like, how is it happening? How can I jump in on that? I don't want to miss this opportunity. And that's really what Ignite is for, if you're just kind of feeling you want to ignite that. Okay, so anyway, it's great to have you all here. And that's Linda. All right, Linda. So we've got 4 of you here now. Sorry, Linda, I couldn't see your name before. Yep, I see you. Okay, so let's get into our topic for today. And then I have an announcement that you guys will be some of the first to I'll be able to share with about a training that I'm doing that everyone here will want to participate in, that will be on the heels of this training. So don't let me forget. Something that kind of came to me in a download, and I've had about a week or 2 to put it together, and it's ready now, and you guys get to hear about it first. So before we finish, I'll tell you about it. It is not a financial stretch by any means. It's but it's going to take you, God, so far, so fast. So we will get there. But I want to jump in now to the topic of this week, which is really assume the throne. It's really about claiming your expert title. What is it you call yourself? So if you were, on the Meant for More journey, we made peace with sales. Then we took a deep dive. If you're just joining us, you can go back and do these exercises, and the book also walks you through all of it. So, feel free to catch up. But for now, just be here. But last week, we looked at discovering your $1 million value. Like, what is that thing that's easy for you, but baffling to others, right? Like my friend Rachel here, she designs these amazing events and weddings that like people would twist themselves into a knot trying to do. But for Rachel, it's fun, it's easy, she's creative, she could do it with her eyes closed. So, that's her $1 million value. And this can happen in any category. Spirit, you might help people with spirituality, with health, like Brenda was sharing earlier, finances, like Dana was sharing. You can see it. It's so great already in so many different areas. And so there comes a point where you want to claim it, name it. They say the one who names the game owns the game. And my personal story, I remember at 40 years old, 12 years ago, feeling like, gosh, if I really realized that there was this little part of me that was waiting to be discovered. There was this little part of me that just thought, with all the good I'd done for so many big companies, with all the stage speaking, with all the events, with just all the different things I've done, surely someone's going to knock on my door at some point, or send me that email that says, Lisa, we want to give you your own show, or like something's going to happen. And I realized that as long as I was holding on to that tiny little thread of waiting to be discovered, that I wasn't really discovering myself. And so it was really on that day, on my 40th birthday, that I crowned myself the queen of sales conversion. I did it. And really for the last 12 years, I had the chance to live into it. Like, yes, it was already true. I've been since 8 years old, I was selling the most Girl Scout cookies, and people were coming and asking, how'd you do that? And it kept going through my whole life. But it took me 40 years to see it as my $1 million value, to see that there was just something that people could see from the outside that I wasn't really recognizing because it was easy for me, right? And that's the work we looked at last week. What is that that's so obvious to you, but baffles others? You could help people with it with your eyes closed. What if you could be paid the most for that thing? And as you start to discover that and claim that, we want to name that. And here's the good news. If you haven't gotten this far in the Meant for More book yet, there's an awesome distinction in this book. It's 2 words. Raise your hand if you've bumped into it. It's called Go Forward with Good Enough. Has anyone bumped into good enough? So we want to bring that forward here, because it's not like the old days where if we give ourselves a title like director of marketing, we have to print 5,000 business cards and we're stuck with it, right? Like nowadays, we can try something, and if we love it, we keep it. If we don't, we change it. We just don't want to be changing it over and over and over and over. Like once we get that thing, you want to stay in your lane, get known. I've been the queen of sales conversion for over a decade. And, I got called by Sharkpreneur. I didn't call them. And this is the second time they've interviewed me. And that happens over and over because I'm known for something, right? And that is part of, we'll work on that in Ignite. You guys will get your known for, and we'll also work on that in the other opportunity I'll share with you today. So we want to drill down into that. And if we were working in a company, if we were working in a company, hey guys, quiet on the set. If we were working in a big company, they'd give us a title. They'd put it on our door, and it would say, sales manager or CEO. But we get to have more fun with it. We're entrepreneurs. We get to pick our 80 hours and our title, right? So we gave you in this week's assignment. Let me share my screen in case, you probably had a big week, and if you didn't get there or you need a little reminder, this was the downloadable assignment meant for more companion guide. It's week 3, Assume the Throne, and it was a pretty quick and easy one this week. Let's get down there. So, and this is coinciding with the page 73 to 74 of the book, if you have a Meant for More book. So the way that you get to your expert title, and then I want to hear some shares from some of you that did this work or want to play with it here now, is you name the outcome, benefit, or transformation that you provide, right? So how are people different from working with you? So if you help people market themselves on social media in a way that's painless and powerful, then the outcome is powerful but painless social media. See, we're not going for advanced math here. Like you lose points for getting too creative. We just want regular English, right? So let's take this example. If you are a professional organizer, by the way, I'm sharing my screen. So if you're on a tablet or a phone, you might need to swipe over to see it. If you are a professional organizer, then the benefit you provide is maybe it's spaces that support you instead of stress you out. Now, we have specific exercises in the Nail Your Offer program, which I have highly recommended week after week to all of you guys, that help you get these exact words. But for right now, again, we just want to at least go forward with good enough. So right here in this space, if you haven't, you want to write down a few different versions of the transformations or the benefits that come from working with you. And, if you get stuck, keep it simple. So mine would be like sales conversion, confidence making your offer. Those are a couple of outcomes that come from working with me. Increased sales. You could also just write down like social media or home organization. That's the straightforward, simple languaging I'm looking for. You will find that simple is best in this exercise. And then in the second part, you choose an expert title that speaks to you and describes what you do. And you'll see that we gave you a whole list. If you scroll down, this is from 10 years on my campus of having people in our $25, $50, or $100,000 a year level of mentorship, of all the different things we all came up with. So I'm just handing it to you. You could be let's take these examples just to show you how simple this is. It's like granimals. So if you put down home organization, if you've come to see that is, a Meant for More gift that's easy to you, but hard for others, you'd go, okay, well, I am the home organization specialist. I am the home organization pro. I am the America's #1 home organization goddess. I mean, you really want to pick, you might be somebody that really likes something a little more corporate sounding. I'm the leader in home organization. I am the authority. So you're going to pick, and there's no right or wrong. It's like, you try some things and see what feels good to you. And then that's the third step, is you put them together. The powerful and painless social media maven, the queen of organized spaces, and because mine's the queen of sales conversion, which I made up before I had this guidance, maybe instead I would have been, the sales conversion mentor had I had this guidance 12 years ago. But now, I'm known for it, so I'm sticking with it. But you don't have to be a king or a queen. So don't feel like everyone has to be the queen of something or the king of something. That was the best I did when I was owning my space. And then, you try it out for size. You add it to your email signature, put it on one of those free business cards that they do, and see how you like it. use it in your introduction at your next networking meeting. So when I get introduced, I'll say, I'm Lisa Sasevich, known by many as the queen of sales conversion. You guys have probably heard me say that. I've said it 100,000 times. I can, it just comes off my tongue. And just, get to something you feel connected with and then give it a try. So that's the assignment. Let me get off the share screen here. Sorry if I made you dizzy with all my scrolling. And I'd love to hear from some of you who got a chance to play with this or would like to. And so remember, it's like a math equation. We're saying the outcome or the transformation plus one of these expert title words, and then, let's hear it. So let's have a whole bunch of these very quick shares, what opened up for you and what you came up with. Rachel, if you could unmute, I'd love to hear your expert title.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Hi.
Hi, darling.
So I got through the chapters, did the exercises, and I was like just this download of typing this and this and this. And so I help people with a lot of my clients. I'm a wedding photographer, and people come to my area, San Francisco, from all over the world. And I was putting together all of these packages for them. I was just a photographer. But after reading your book, I am now flying the plane while I build it. I think that's what you said. So
building the plane as you fly it. You got it.
That, like, literally today that was happening. And so my name that I came up with was Elopement Empowerment Specialist.
Oh, I got chills. Oh, that's Elopement Empowerment Specialist.
And then the new company that I'm building is called the effortlesswedding.com. It's in the process of being built. So all of that kind of goes together. A lot of ease there. But yeah, so
that is so good. What was the tell me the company name again?
Going to be, or it is, but the website's not up yet. Yeah. The effortlesswedding.com.
Cool. So here's a couple things you can play with. So I think, elopement empowerment specialist is so fun because it's like so many times people eloping are not empowered. So I love that it brings together these sort of contrasting words. It's super awesome. And you guys can put comments and props and love in the chat as well, so Rach can see it. And then the other thing you can also play with while you're crafting this is if you want the whole brand to feel consistent, sometimes taking the program name and the expert title being the same is also a possibility. So you could be the effortless wedding expert or the effortless wedding specialist, right? So that's it's a little wider. So maybe someone's not eloping, but they still would want to come to.
Right. We're doing micro wedding, intimate wedding, and elopement wedding. So you're right. But you know what? I came up with elopement empowerment specialist before I came up with the name of the company, The Effortless Wedding, because that was a later chapter.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes as you're building the plane as you fly it, and then you might be like, I love the elopement empowerment specialist, but there's it's only hitting a subset of the clients. So maybe now I want to move to the effortless wedding specialist because people who are eloping would also fit under that. It's a wider
Yeah.
So they're both awesome.
Tail end name, but the rest of it we got. Yeah. So work in progress.
It's so good. And you guys, I've seen her work. Oh my God, the picture she takes in front of just like the Capitol, I think it is, and
City Hall.
City Hall. Oh, just gorgeous, gorgeous weddings in San Francisco. All right, Rach, I love it. Good work. Good example. Okay, let's see. Shasheen. Oh, let's hear it for Rachel.
Thank you.
Okay, Shasheen, if you could unmute, and I would love to hear what you've come up with.
Hey there, nice to see you. So I've been struggling a little bit. I look at the clientele that I serve. They're like high achievers, overachievers, and the end product, if it's distilled down, they're re-engaged and reignited with life. And from that place, the outcomes can be anything from more money and a different career to improved relationships, right? So it's whether that's at home or in business with their business partners. And so I'm having a hard time putting a crown on that fits, that I feel like I can walk around with and say, like, I'm the reignite coach, or I'm the,
Yeah.
you know, like, it just doesn't.
Yeah. So
That'll-
I love the example you're giving, because you said, you know, you're onto it. You said, like, they're re-engaged or reignited with life was the
Yep.
word you used. So you don't have to shave it down. Sometimes we shave it down too much. And
Okay.
so you may want to keep the, you know, I'm the, you know, reignite with, I'm re-engage with life mentor, you know, or the reignite your life mentor. And we'll be able to tone this a little bit more. I'll tell you where we go in Nail Your Offer, which is really from the Meant for More challenge. The next step is to get into our Nail Your Offer program. You're coming to Ignite, so we'll be able to take this to the next level. But when part of the work in Nail Your Offer is looking at your process, which I know in specific you already have done a lot of work on, but looking at how like, let's use your example for everyone though. How does Shashin help people re-engage and reignite with life? So he'll want to go through a process in the Nail Your Offer program around what's his system. We call it your unique branded system. And he'll like pick his own brain. That thing people always want to pick your brain. How are you so ignited with life? You know, like, you'll pick your own brain to say, you know, these are the steps that I take to stay, you know, super engaged and super ignited with life, that I would help you take. Once you've got your system clarified, then we have a process where we would look within that system to see if there's something we may pull that could even take your expert title to the next level. So we'll be doing that, you know, in our Ignite on Monday and Tuesday. It's called You're Known For. But the go forward with good enough right now, you're right on track. It's like, yeah, it's you know, re-engage and reignite with life mentor, specialist, coach, expert, like that's speaking the transformation, and it's speaking, you know, an expert title of your choice. And remember, no one ever buys from you because of this one thing. It's part of a holistic presentation, right? But it does get them curious. You do want it to speak the transformation. So I think you're on the right track.
Okay, yeah, because the other part that came up was, you know, if I really, what was in my heart is like, I help leaders develop greater compassion and love for themselves so they can have a greater impact in the world. And that to me also is like, what do? I help leaders develop greater compassion and love for themselves. I'm like, yeah. And so anyway, that's.
So, but like, if you, when you get into Nail Your Offer, which I know you're already into, and you look at the offer communication worksheet, which has really, you know, looking at one person deeply and sort of channeling the words they use, you're going to see that on that page, there is something every 100% of the time that we're going to be able to pull that will represent what you're saying, but in like plain English from your client's mouth. So like, it's, you know, whether your leaders are saying they're up leveling with you, or they are, I don't know the words, because we've got to look at that page from that exercise. I want you to bring it with you, but there's something that represents your leaders. So there's something about leaders reignited, you know, reigniting leaders that fits in all of this. Yeah. So we're like circling it really closely. It's good.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Yes. And listen, sometimes everybody's in different places in their path. So sometimes, you know, you just hear this stuff and it's like pops, right? Rachel's had her business a long time. She kind of knows her specialty, and reading the book just went like, oh, put, you know, A with B. And sometimes we have to dig a little more, and it can happen on two levels. Sometimes we dig a little more because it's so new to you. Other times, like probably in your case, Shashin, you've been doing it a long time. You have a lot of content. You have a deep body of knowledge. And so picking becomes the thing that's, you know, so you can see it on both ends. But yeah, this is the journey. You guys are right on track. All right. Thank you. Let's hear it for Shashin. I like that. Okay. Diana, if you could unmute. All right. Hi, Diana. Where'd she go? Hi, Diana. Would love to hear what you're coming up with your expert title. Hi.
So my expert title is Look beautiful and sexy by moving powerfully, mentor.
Look beautiful and sexy. That's right. You have the
I have the movement.
mm-hmm.
And so it kind of is, and so what I'm struggling with is I have an ageless life, defy gravity, a new way to live.
Uh-huh.
And then really working with how does all of this fit in together? And maybe it sounds a little clunky, look beautiful and sexy by moving powerfully, but moving powerfully is in how you walk, how you talk, how you present yourself, what you do for exercise, all of that kind of stuff. So I thought that kind of fit together, but it still feels a little clunky to me.
Yeah, so you've got some really good groundwork going. That the neat thing is, anything you come up with, we're going to use it somewhere, and I'll show you where in a few minutes. But so like you actually have come up with something that I would call a great talk title, so that you will hold on to the work you did. It is a title. It just may not be your expert title. It's probably more a title of like a webinar or a talk or something, or a gift, something. So it's got all the good words in it. For your expert title, I think that, kind of like what we were talking about with Rachel, we wouldn't want someone to say, well, I'm not eloping, so I don't really know if she's my girl, right? But they do want an effortless wedding if they're eloping, and they do want an effortless wedding if they're not eloping. So I think the thing you said that most stood out for me was about the ageless life. Like that says a lot. Now, they'll find out once they work with you that part of your formula has to do with moving. But I think that having the ageless life, or the beautiful and sexy ageless life, mentor, coach, expert, queen, whatever you like, I think that really casts the umbrella that fits all of those things.
Yeah, that's great. I just got chills.
Okay, good. Me too. The chills factor. Linda, by the way, is asking how to ask a question on Zoom. Brittany, could you post so that people know how to do that? You go over the participants button and then you hit hand raise. All right, thank you. Let's hear it for Diana. Chills factor. Woohoo! Okay, got a couple more here, and then I want to share a couple cool other things with you just to keep expanding where we're going. Dr. Kelly, if you could unmute for me, please.
Hello.
Hello there. Hi.
Hi. So,
and what's happening with your expert title? What's opening up for you?
Yeah, so I'm at a pivot in my business right now. And I have, like, the tagline for a long time has been, helping women reclaim their inner queen and magnetize their king. And what I'm realizing is I'm ready to get out of that space. I've been in that space for over a decade. Yeah. And what I really see that I'm an expert in is a woman's worthiness. And that's what gets me so excited. And I consistently get those results. And women, they stay with me. I end up being a business coach. And so I also realized my gift in closing. So I've been playing with the closing queen, and yet I'm not so comfortable with the sales part of it. So I have queen of worthiness. I have the closing queen. And, I want to build, I only work with women, and I want to build a bigger brand. And I don't want to get my coaches telling me, stay with the sales and be a closer. And yet it doesn't create that big empire that I see in the future, a bigger brand. So I'm just needing some help.
Okay, I've got some ideas. Something to Brittany here. Okay. So you are, where did you enter here? How did you find me?
Well, I actually, when you were doing, I think it was it Speak to Sell or a while, like I've been on your list for a really long time. I bought your book. And I did the chapter where you go through and acknowledge your gifts. And it was such a beautiful exercise. And I was like, I need to connect today. So here I am.
Okay. I thought you kind of like felt familiar. And so if you did buy Speak to Sell, you may already have access to this. I don't know, but it has been upgraded. So it may just be best to get in on the new, but you are really ripe. And I said this to Shasheen and a few others of you last week. for the nail your offer part of this journey. Because that's what, you know, I'm going to translate your question to me is like, Lisa, I'm seeing I have this unique value. I'm feeling the meant for more feeling from this thing I used to do with reclaiming the inner queen and, you know, empowering your king. I'm feeling like there's something more calling me. It has to do with worthiness. It has to do with it. So you're basically saying I have a new offer and I can feel it.
Absolutely.
And so that's where Nail Your Offer comes in. And it's a $500 program, $497. We give you $300 off right now while you're in the Meant for More challenge. So it's $197. And if you hang tight, I'm going to show you a way to get actually a whole bunch of other cool stuff. But you want to go into Nail Your Offer. And this is for all of you that have been with me a long time. Some have been with me the whole 10 years, right? And you're like, this is perfect timing to revisit because it worked so well before. So we relook at Nail Your Offer, even if you've done offer communication or unique branded system, because you did it for your last round.
So I didn't purchase it. I have to say, like, I followed you, but I did not purchase that Speak to Sell. But
it's time. And I have something new that's coming with it that I'll share with you guys. You know, I wanted to kind of make this big announcement today to really, really support not just the offer, but the whole plan of what you're going to do with your offer. And I say it because what Nail Your Offer does is it's going to have you look at someone that you've helped in this area of worthiness and closing, the thing that's bubbling up. So Meant for More and this challenge is designed to like get you on the court with that stuff, that you can really like, yes, I can start making money with what I already know. And you're clear on that and you're seeing the area. Nail Your Offer is just what it says. It's like, well, how do you nail that into an offer with the words to communicate it, the system that people can have assurance that you said, well, I don't have total confidence in the closing thing. You will with Nail Your Offer. You'll pick your own brain and you'll be like, oh yeah, I got the goods, and then how do you package that in a way that's like not just fitting for your life, but for this time, right? Like the way we're packaging, we're not going to be inviting people out to a live seminar right now, right? So there's like the ways you would package your delivery now that are appropriate for now. So that's my recommendation, is that I think you are on the court. It's about claiming their worth and being willing to close. And I know that it'll just kick you right into the clarity that you want. So hang tight and I'll show you a way you can get your hands on it in a pretty special way. Okay?
Wonderful.
All right.
Thank
All
you.
right. This is good. Yeah. And listen, you're going to love this. You remind me of Oprah. Who doesn't love hearing that, right? I mean,
oh, wow. Thank you so much. Oh.
Why I'm saying that, that we remind me of Oprah is, you guys remember, right? Like she had her show for 25 years and who would ever think she would move on? It's kind of like, who would ever think Dr. Kelly would, feel the movement from helping women reclaim their queen. She's so good at it. Or why, after 10 years of sold out events, did I last year say, well, I'm taking a pause of doing my live events? Like, it was ridiculous to people. We have one of the most coveted, profitable, successful entrepreneurial businesses in our space. But like Oprah, you, me, we get that Meant for More feeling that there's something calling us. Yeah. And this is the journey to take that step up. And I've done it now enough times, like reinvented enough times to go like, yeah, these were the steps each time and they worked. And not just with myself, right? But with our like 15,000 clients. So you're not my test rats, as I've said to you guys.
Oh, I know.
Okay, I want to just hear from one or two more people on this topic. And again, if feel free to share or give me a question. I've got John's hand up and Linda. And then I want to share a way that I really just kind of want to grab you all and take you forward with Nail Your Offer and more, if you're feeling that too. So John, if you could unmute.
Yep, here I am. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Very good. Yeah, I'm feeling the theme here. It's the head gives you one direction, and then I've been engaged every morning in the process of connecting and allowing and receiving.
Yes.
And which I came to realize during the process has always been part of my process when I'm doing very well. And so the head is delivering the one title that has resulted, I look back at my professional career, and it was pretty obvious in looking back that there was a process. I thought I was just a genius, but no, there's a process, and it's a
That
process.
is what makes you a genius, because your knowledge is transferable when you have a process.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't want to transfer it back then. I was the guy, but now I'm getting older, and I want to share.
Okay.
So,
what is the I think you're kind of starting to tell me there's a title you sort of knew, but you were resisting it. Is that what I'm
but
hearing?
there's the title that I can see looking back professionally, and then there's also this, like Shasheen and others, there's another title that's hitting you with the energy on the side that you can't see any reason to use, but it just won't let you go. So the core title, what I did during all the years in corporate, was I was the guy that would come in and take organizations that have been experiencing downturns in revenue for years.
Yeah.
One company, 7 years straight, 44% loss of revenue, and not a single person on the team thought it was going to change. I came in very short order. I identified the unseen blockages. There's always unseen blockages. And we turned that thing around and ended up with one of the largest mergers in our industry, just a short while later. So I mean, for me, it was an easy thing. And I didn't know it's the same thing I've been doing since I was a kid, and I didn't even notice that the processes are the same. It's the same thing I've been doing since I was a child. And
part of my interruption, but like, oh my God, how needed is it now? Right? Like, however needed you were before, you just became 1,000 times more needed now.
Thank you. Yeah, and for me, it's a simple thing. The challenge is helping others see it and helping others believe it. And so I developed a system for that as well. I mean, you just move forward and stir up the dust, and finally they come along. And considering what's the thing that I give, it's a revenue turning point. The sales, the marketing, none of that will work if there's an unseen blockage. These guys were great teams. All of them were great teams and good companies. They were leaders in their industry before they started the downturn, but they just couldn't get it turned around. They tried everything. No marketing, no magic plan, nothing. No big budget's going to change it until you see the blockages. And so what I deliver is this one turning point, a time when the chart turns. For at least 3 consecutive months, year over year improvement, the chart turns. That's a day to celebrate. And it's funny because in living it and thinking about it before I was going through the exercises, I didn't see the emotion. Shasheen knows that the pros wear their corporate mask.
Yeah.
And none of us like to talk about the emotion. Most of my corporate memories are not emotion filled, or haven't been until I look back now, because we just weren't that way. And so the other thing that's bubbling up, that I don't know what to do with. Yeah, go ahead.
Clarity, I believe, is this from, we sent you Nail Your Offer as your pre-work to Ignite.
Yeah.
Was that from getting
mostly through it now?
Yeah, and so that's this, like, I guess I'm showing this to some of the folks before you that I said, hey, you're ready. It just does this. What you're seeing with John, Nail Your Offer just does this. You're like, oh, it's about the revenue turning point for me. Like that's my known for. We're gonna drill down on that. But yeah, really good stuff. Gold. Okay, I'm gonna give you just another quick share, and then I have to just manage the time. But yeah, there was something else you wanted to share there, John. There was like another piece out of your mouth.
Unmute. There we go. Yeah, so the other thing that came up is once I saw that this was the same process that's been with me since I was a child, and I stumbled across that the one story about your little choir leader in the school.
Yes. Miss Julie.
I just was melted, and I felt the call of service to her and everyone that's like her. And then it dawned on me that I wasn't seeing her in corporate because we were all wearing the mask. But the
Mm.
corporate folks have those same feelings and have that same challenge. They just won't necessarily admit it. They won't answer the call that they need to answer sometimes.
Listen, you see if you were here for last week, or you've read the opening of the book, or you can even listen to this story on Amazon when they give you the little snippet of Audible, the Miss Julie story, you know, who realizes when everybody's walking out the room that she forgot to make her offer. I mean, you know, I've been the keynote speaker at NSA Winter and both conferences, the National Speakers Association. Like, I mean, I've seen the most decorated speakers, you know, of which I am not one. I'm not a trained professional speaker. Like I said, I'm the break dancer teaching the
They
Joffrey.
want on TV.
I'm the street trained break dancer teaching the Joffrey Ballet, and you know, but it was like I've watched them get off the stage and completely, you know, do barely a mention of their upcoming seminar that they're dying to fill, but they didn't even say it. It was like there was shame in mentioning the offer. And so, you know, what you're going to get comfortable and confident with on our campus is seating and in putting the offer in a way that's not salesy and in a way that serves. But you've got to know what the offer is. So that's why Nail Your Offer is really that next step. And I love all this, John. It's rich soil for you know, you're in the ramp up to our Monday and Tuesday Ignite deep dive. So yeah, and I'm telling you, I don't know, I'm feeling a Dr. Kelly. You should grab that last spot. I'm just going to say it out loud. LisaSalvage.com/ignite. All right. Thank you, John. Appreciate it.
So yeah, so the obvious title is something close to the revenue turning point, not just a turnaround, because you don't want those guys in there. They'll go over your whole house, and you don't need that. You just need the revenue turnaround point expert.
Yeah. I mean, like we said, it's the straight up English. So like that is perfect. It might be the final, it could be the good enough, but you know, revenue turnaround expert is really like says it in English.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is that that the other title that's haunting and chasing me, and maybe it's all the years of experience and who knows what, which I'm now finally starting to own. You know, and I'm really this week, pardon me for bragging, but I'm thinking a lot more of myself now.
That's what this whole thing's about. John, I want to make some announcements before people have to jump off. So I'm going to have to cut you short here, but
we'll talk more later.
Bring it all with us. I'm also.
And good luck to everybody. I know you can do this.
We've got it. We're only 3/4 into the Meant for More journey. And I'll stay on a few extra minutes for those of you that had your hand up that I didn't get to yet. But before we hit the top of the hours, because I know some people do have to go, I got to tell you this thing that's happening that I want to make sure you all have an invitation to first. So I got this download that there was just this whole thing about 18s. I started to share this last week. 18 is like my Jewish lucky number. And if you're of the tribe, you know, it's like L'chaim, to life. It all means 18. I mean, like when Jewish people die, they'll leave you like $72 and you're like, what is this? And it's like 5 times 18. My dad left, 18,000 to this person and $18 to that person. And so it's a thing. And anyway, I've also getting the download that our work, the work that we've been doing in our high level entrepreneurial masterminds for the last 10 years, the systems are sitting there and they are needed. And so, I've been doling it out to here and there to people coming and asking me to speak. And I realized, that, our events have been selling out for 10 years, twice a year for, just the last decade. And people always say like, they've never been to an event like a Lisa Sasevich event. And I had this big download in my meditation that like, oh my God, it would be so easy for me to take what we did live, where you had to fly and get a hotel and do an online version right now quickly, so that you guys could get, the promises of, nailing your offer, having a place to really, really nail down your exact plan, simple plan for being up online and getting known now, right? And some of you that have an offer, it's like re-looking at it for now's times, using the most simple online strategies. I started this business with a 1 and 3-year-old, so there's nothing going to come from me that's complex. And so all of this is already contained in like one of my premier events I've ever done called Monetize Your Mission. So we're going to be doing Monetize Your Mission online. Here's the dates: June 16, 17, and 18, where again, you'll work, the first day on your offer, the second day on what we call your sales conversion machine. How do you make these offers without being pushy or salesy? And then the third day with how to put that online and get known fast. It's the best thing I can think of to help you guys move from, this meant for more journey into something real. So Brittany here has just posted the dates, and you're the first ones now that are going to get the link. She'll post it now where you can register. It's monetizeyourmission.com. Just put it up today. And the best part is there's 2 packages. I want to make a recommendation. You'll see one that's $54. Guess what that is? It's 3 times high. and all the money, that whole $54 goes to Meals on Wheels America, that is feeding the elderly right now as fast as we can, because there are some people in really dire straits right now that are alone and that are quarantined. So 100% of your tuition at the $54 level goes to Meals on Wheels. I'll be writing that check for every participant that comes. And then there's a second package that for you guys is really the one I just really want to encourage you to get. It's called the Nail Your Offer package. In that package, you still get the $300 off of the $497 course. So it's $197. $54 will still go to Meals on Wheels, and you'll get Nail Your Offer plus your ticket to Monetize Your Mission online. You'll see the hours there at the bottom of the page, so you can block your calendar now. It's like 8:30 to 2:30 Pacific on day 1 and 3, and a longer day on day 2, 8:30 to 5:30 Pacific. It won't feel like sitting and staring at your computer. It's interactive. There'll be breakouts, there'll be masterminding, there'll be exercises. You'll be doing the work and building your sales conversion machine as we're there. So it's not like you do this thing and then you have to go do the work. So it's rocket fuel. You want to grab your seats. We're going to be capping it at 300 people. You are the first 50 people to hear about it. So if you're going, go now. We're mailing to our list tomorrow. And I'm just, I'm super like re-inspired to get this out there in this way, because it's the timeliness, and what we have is proven. It's what we're using. It's what I'm using. It's what all the big names in, health space, entrepreneur space, corporate space. I don't mean to brag, but they're all my clients. They have all sat here and done VIP work with me. You name them, they've probably been here, especially in the online marketing space. The Frank Kerns and the Jeff Walkers and the Ryan Levesques. I mean, they've all been out here to work with me. And I want to share with you the secrets behind making your offer, making it through speaking, making it online, making it through webinars or Facebook Live, just having the confidence to make it your offer in any situation. So monetizeyourmission.com, that's where you go. For you guys, I really want to, encourage you to get the Nail Your Offer package, and you'll get access to Nail Your Offer right now today. So, you'll be able to start on it right now. And then the few of you who are like, I want to fast track and do the private work, there's one spot left in Ignite, and that's lisasasevich.com/Ignite. That's the like concierge level private, private, let's get this personalized to you. So either choice, they're both great. And if you come to Ignite, you're going to be able to get into Monetize Your Mission and just like have the 60,000 foot view already there. Okay, I think that's it. Let's see if you already bought Nail Your Offer. If you bought it just recently while we were in this challenge, we'll just add the ticket. If you got it a while back, I'm gonna ask of you to make the $54 donation. It goes to Meals on Wheels. I have a really small team, and we don't want to do a bunch of admin. If it's an issue for you, let us know, and we'll fix it up. But your whole tuition, your $54, $18 a day for 3 days, is being donated. You have my word. So you make the call on what feels right to you. All right. Any questions about that? I know I said a lot, and then there's a couple hands up, and I'll be happy to stay. I've got about 15 minutes. So I want to kind of like officially end and have said everything you need to hear. And then if you just like hanging out with me and you want to be here for a little bit more of the coaching, love for you to stay. But any questions about Monetize Your Mission? Looks like Teresa already grabbed her spot. Any questions on Monetize Your Mission or Ignite before we jump off? Beatrice, you have a question on one of those?
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
I bought the program at Susie's Carter.
Yes.
Presentation, and it has Nail Your Offer and some other program that I don't remember the name.
Yeah.
So is it different? Because it's big. I haven't finished the whole program.
The Nail Your Offer program is the same. If you have done one of our $2,000 or more programs, you probably got Nail Your Offer as your pre-work.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need to buy that again. You don't need to buy that again. Yeah. So you're
and
good.
The Monetize is different.
And Monetize Your Mission, I'll show you guys. It's really about, give you a little visual. I think I showed this to you last week, but I don't think we can, you'll have different levels of relationship to it when you see it. Hold on a moment, I gotta find it. I think it's here. Yeah. You guys may remember, and the more we talk, the more this is gonna click, is Monetize Your Mission is really about building what we call your Love Your Life sales machine.
Okay.
Right now we're customizing this as Ignite, one person at a time, because these guys want to run. But Monetize Your Mission, it's like we're giving you the tour and the secrets to be able to first nail your offer. We spend the whole first day on it, but I would do the Nail Your Offer course before you get there, so that you can really like dive into all of this. You already have, Beatrice. And then we go through our high ticket selling secrets. So exactly like what are the secrets to making a higher ticket offer, how to make your offer to more than one person at a time through speaking. So we show you the secrets to being able to do that. And then how to take your work online. And we show you what you need to have in place to do that. Plus you'll experience it all in our live event format, which is the course that you bought, Beatrice, Event Profit Secrets. So you'll actually see me doing Event Profit Secrets. You'll see me, doing the course you bought. So if you own Event Profit Secrets, you definitely want to be here. So you can see, wow, how can the course that I bought translate to a virtual event? Because another reason to come is you're going to, be in the space of a virtual event. This is the roadmap, and not everybody's going to want to do all of these things. So part of being there is customizing. For example, Dana, who shared about helping people with the PPP plan, she's starting to crystallize her offer. Dana is, and she may want to start speaking and then getting one-on-one sessions to make her offer. So if she starts speaking and using speaking to get qualified sessions, and then on the one-on-one sessions makes her offer, this would be her Love Your Life sales machine, this little triangle, right? So each person here is going to have a different constellation. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's
just a piece of that.
Mm-hmm. It's very funny. This is my book. I just wrote it.
Yeah.
And it's $54 just for the same reason.
No, how'd that happen?
It's exactly with the same reason.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, this is that there's a divine appointments going on here. So I look forward to seeing you guys there. Any other questions? And then I want to take the remaining questions while we've got a little bit of time. Okay, cool. So the official hour is over, but if you want to hang with me in the unofficial space, I'd love it. I had just a few more people with their hands up. Okay, Beatrice, we need to teach you how to raise the electronic hand, because I didn't see
okay.
Okay. Calling on you. Let me get to Linda here, and we're going to do a quick round, and the way those go is my question is, okay? And then if I need some additional details, I'll ask. So Linda, my question is, if you could unmute. Where is Linda? There you are. I got you, Linda. Don't worry.
Oh, there you go. Okay, great. Sorry, learning Zoom.
No
It's kind of
problem.
funky.
I'm glad you're learning Zoom and you guys are getting your picture nice on Zoom, and this is the place to do all that.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I'll make this quick, and thanks for hanging out with us over
Absolutely.
I met you, Lisa, through Jen's class.
Yeah.
Over last night.
Just yesterday.
And yes, and I got the book.
Okay.
And actually, what we're doing, I'm doing this now with my craft.
Yeah.
But I wanted to find like a side hustle. I am currently working a full-time position. I'm a government contractor. But I mean, and I'm not insulting the job. It's paying for all of this, which is great. But to be able to do a side hustle, and I know some pretty good skills. I just don't really know how to pinpoint it. So I guess if I read through the book, that may help me with that.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, the book is a 5-step process. It's really like a course, and you still can go through the challenge. So if you're not yet in the challenge, which I imagine you guys are because you're here, I don't think you would even have this link if you weren't. But the Facebook challenge that this call is part of is Lisa Sasevich. No, it's meantformorebook.com.
Right. Yes.
So you're there. So
yes.
Yeah, you're in the right place, Linda. Do you have a question?
Well, I'm just trying to find what's the best way to pinpoint a skill set.
Yeah.
To be able to pitch it, to be able to market it, right from the beginning, what we've been discussing.
You already have a sense of what the skill set is? Okay.
Yes.
So the next step, once you, what we call discover your unique value, the next step to really be able to pinpoint the words, making it tangible, turn it into an offer, is nail your offer.
Okay.
So if you go to monetizeyourmission.com, you'll see that we've got an offer right now for $300 off. So it's $197.
Which you discussed, yeah.
The 3-day event ticket, which by the way, that event, when we were selling it live, same content, $3,000. It would go on sale for $997 for the early bird. So, I mean, I just kind of need you to get how ridiculous this is. But it's, we're in a perfect time for it. So.
Yes, we are.
All right.
Thank you.
So that's my recommendation, darling. Thank you. Thank you. And dive right in. Start on the Nail Your Offer digital course so that when you show up at the door of Monetize Your Mission and we're working on the offer, you're perfecting, not starting from zero. Okay? All right. Thanks. Thanks, Linda. You're doing great on Zoom. Proud of you. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to take Abraham. If you could unmute. Super appreciative to have you guys hang out with me more.
Yes, thank you, Lisa. I'm your former student from Speak to Sell many years ago.
Great.
So now my question is, how do I name my offer using your system? My program name is Leadership Transformation Experience. I don't like the word expert. I like something more relational. Than expert seems to be kind of distant.
Leadership Transformation Experience. I didn't catch the words.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you see the list of like 50 words that besides expert, in the exercises by any chance?
Yes, I saw them, but I still have difficulty picking up one from them because, I want something more relational.
Yeah, I will tell you, this is just my thing. I love Mentor. I use it a lot, Leadership Transformation Mentor. And here's my bent on mentor versus expert or coach. And this is just my personal, I see a lot of coaches and experts that are kind of like the 300-pounder sitting in the bleachers, while the person they're coaching, right? It's like coaching in sports, right?
Exactly.
In shape.
Exactly, yes.
But you're coaching. But as a mentor, I call myself a mentor because there's a lot of people teaching speaking that haven't been on a stage in a couple too many years, or teaching sales that haven't really made a sale in a couple too many years. I'm still leading my events, speaking on stage, making my offers, doing webinars. So I don't feel like I'm a coach in the stands telling you what to do on the court. I'm a mentor. I'm doing it. I'm skinning my knees every day. I'm bringing it back to you. I'm current. And so, you know, you could try that and see if you like that for yourself, if that might have been the thing that was kind of bothering you.
Yes, I think you put your hand on it very well. So what would I call it?
Oh, I recognize you now that I can see you. I've seen you at our event. Hi, good to see you.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you could start out with Leadership Transformation Mentor.
Okay. Leadership Transformation Mentor. Okay,
Yeah.
so take the word experience.
How you would take that to the next level, I'm not going to do it with you now, but I'm going to give you the instructions, is since if you have Nail Your Offer from, you know, prior, then go back to it. If you don't, get the Nail Your Offer package we're offering. And we walk you through a set of exercises on exactly, it's so easy, but it's so potent, how to find the exact words to describe the transformation that you offer, not you guessing about marketing terms, but really what would come right out of your ideal client's mouth. So if you want to take the next cut, I think that what you have, Leadership Transformation Mentor, is what we call good enough. It's, you know, you can run with it now. I wouldn't stop.
Okay.
But if you want to take the next cut, I would really recommend, you know, if you like to speak to sell, then you'll do well in our Nail Your Offer course. It's my step-by-step, easy to follow.
I love it.
Stuff. So that's my recommendation. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Lisa.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
Good to see you back. Good to see you back. So many of our longtime clients are back, and you know why they're back? Because this shit works. All right, Rachel, if you would unmute. Thank you, Abraham. Good to see you.
Okay, I think, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I read the whole book. This will prove it. You told the story about a woman. You were in a store somewhere and you saw this beautiful statue, and then it turned out to talk to was the artist. Is that it? For the
her name is Divine Providence. That is the story from the book. It almost was the book cover. Yeah.
That was it. I had to ask. That's it.
Yeah. Yes. And I mean, just for you, those of you that haven't gotten to this story yet, what's so perfect about it for what we're about, Assume the Throne, I appreciate you bringing it up, is just that this woman, I was in Santa Fe and she talked all about the artist, and I fell in love with the artist, and I ended up, I don't spend much money on things. I buy experiences and education. So, I mean, someone could rob my house and there's like nothing really of high value to take. I have a gorgeous home, but I'm not a big thing person. And, but this thing, Divine Providence, she was a pretty penny. And when I bought her, the salesperson bust out into tears and admitted that she was the artist. But she just couldn't own it and talk about herself that way. I know, look at Dr. Kelly's face. And it was such
a statue behind you of empowered people.
And there she is, I know. And it's like, and I stopped putting flowers on my stage at my live events. I just would bring Divine Providence on the stage. But it was such an amazing example. Like, she couldn't own it. But she could talk about it in third person. And, you know, and then when she finally, like, she said I was one of the first people, she would usually just sell the art and I'd walk out the door and I would never know that I had met her. And when she said I was one of the first people that she admitted that it was her art. And, you know, we stayed in touch and I promoted her and all these amazing things happened because she revealed to me.
Finally owned it.
Gift. But that's what a lot of us do. Right. And we do it. We're so good at promoting someone else, but we can't do it ourselves. And so, you know, this plus the Monetize Your Mission path is just going to continue to give you the confidence to, to do that. So thank you. Thanks for asking.
Oh, I've had to know.
I see a question in the chat. Thanks, Rachel. That Brenda is saying there's no $300 coupon. Yeah, if you go to monetizeyourmission.com, the $300 is already off. So it's $197 instead of $497 for Nail Your Offer. So you don't need the coupon anymore. And you're going to get the event plus the Nail Your Offer digital program to start on now. So Brenda, just go to monetizeyourmission.com. Okay, yay, Natasha's joining us too. I see a big list of you guys. I'm so happy I got to tell you first. Okay, Beatrice and Brittany, if you could tell my next person, I'm just going to be a few minutes late. I'm just going to take Beatrice and Dr. Kelly, and then we're going to wrap up. Beatrice, if you could give me a quick, my question is?
Okay. People in my workshops or my interview call me the expert to live in uncertainty. Okay, because so I don't know if that's how I should call myself, because I have in the major offer I built a workshop that it's called emotional leadership. I think it very fast.
Actually, I like emotional leadership for your expert title. So there's a distinction I want to remind everybody of. There's what's on the door, and then there's what's in the room. And sometimes a distinction like, and you guys all have your own version of this, there's something you teach that isn't necessarily needs to be on the front door because they don't think they need it. And so living in uncertainty could potentially be one of those things that we wouldn't buy that. Like we think we want to be out of that, but once, you know, they come in because they want emotional
leadership.
Emotional leadership, they will buy that. So, you know, you've all heard the saying, sell them what they want and then give them what they need, right? They want emotional leadership. They need to learn how to live in the uncertainty. So sometimes we have to play with those two things on what's in the door and what's in the room. They're both honest. They're both outcomes they're going to get. Like probably the most blatant example was the 6 years I taught women to have powerful and empowered relationships with men. So that was my past life. It was not my company, but I led their seminars and built the company. And women would come on the door. They want to, you know, get him to finally listen or get him off the couch or finally, you know, get what they want and need. So they would buy that. But in the room was, well, you need to stop castrating them. You need to stop, you know, you need to stop disempowering them, and then you'll get what you want and need. And then he'll get off the couch, and then he'll be interested, and then he'll listen to you. But they're not going to buy a course called Stop Disempowering Men. They're going to buy, you know, find a good man. So we sell them Find a Good Man. And then in the room, they find out that most men are good men when you stop disempowering them. So, you know, that's the most blatant example. And you see it also in leadership, Beatrice, in your field. You know, leaders will come and say, oh, I need a good team. Can someone help me find a good team? You know, a team that cares. And then they, you know, so they buy that. Yeah, sure, I'll show you how to find an amazing team. And then, you know, John's laughing because, you know, and because he's been in leadership so long, they find out, well, you got to stop disempowering your team. You got to be safe. You got to, you know, there's things you got to do because probably the team you have is a good team. So, so that's, Beatrice, I think very similar to what you're doing. Okay.
Okay. The name of the book is Dale Vuelta, in Spanish, flip it around, to turn it around.
Oh, I love Dale Vuelta.
So it's, that's the name of the book because it says empowerment and empowered philosophy.
Yeah.
A philosophy that empowers. Okay.
Yeah.
The Dale Vuelta is the structure, and in Naylor offer, Are
you going to your expert title in Spanish or in English? Because you can do the Darle Vuelta leadership mentor or leadership.
Yeah, can I do that?
If you're doing
Darle Vuelta leadership
expert.
Expert and mentor. I like the mentor also.
I was saying that earlier to Rachel, and I'm saying this for all of you. Sometimes it's the same thing, you know, same, like if I was following me, I'd probably be like you know, if I had me to follow 12 years ago, I'd probably be the speak to sell mentor, right? Or
the
the
Dale Vuelta mentor. Okay. Yeah, it's the new perspectives mentor, no? How to give other perspectives.
I have to cut it off now because I'm one more person, okay? Thank you. Good work. I'll see you in the Facebook challenge. Okay, last person here, Dr. Kelly, if you could unmute.
Yes.
Yes. Hey, girl.
So just really quick, my question is, I see this opportunity as huge to work with you Monday and Tuesday, and I just look at my schedule, and I've got 2 10-hour days of clients, or 10 hours of clients and teaching, and I'd have to move mountains. So my question is that going to be offered again? If so, when? Because I really feel like I'm a yes, and I do believe in divine providence.
I hear you. You know, I've been doing these Ignites in my white space because it's just like, there's some people that are ready to pop, and where can I put them? So I don't have another one scheduled because I'm going to move into doing the larger event.
Okay.
So I don't have anything scheduled now. I mean, I'm happy to have Brittany just kind of keep your name on a short list. And if we pop one up again in a few months, you know, we'll reach out.
Okay.
So
in other words, move the mountains.
Move the mountains, girl. It runs, I think, 8:30 to 4:30 Pacific. I don't know what time zone you're in, but it's pretty intensive. So you'd want to be able to block out the days. It would be hard to try to fit anything in, and that's for the 2-day Ignite. Okay.
So for those Monday, Tuesday.
That's Monday, Tuesday, June 1st and 2nd.
Monday, Tuesday. Okay.
If you grab your seat today, Brittany would send you Nail Your Offer. So you'd have a little pre-work, you know, prep yourself, and we'd want to know your biggest goals going into it, which I already have an idea of. And then others of you that may be thinking of this, I singled out Dr. Kelly because of the question she asked, and I know some of you I just haven't heard from, but yeah, Lisa, are you one of them? All right, well, get in touch with us and we can see if it feels right, okay?
Great,
yeah. I'll have Brittany reach out to you, Elisa. Okay. I think that's it. Yeah. For those of you that are penciling in and registering for Monetize Your Mission, again, it's the 16th, 17th, and 18th. It's a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, a couple weeks from now. You'll see the hours on the page, monetizeyourmission.com, because you want to start blocking there's even a Google link to plop the hours right into your calendar, because you'll want to clear it. It builds. Every session builds your sales conversion machine. So you'll want to be there and not like popping in and out. People come and they're thinking they're going to pop in and out, and then they're like, oh God, now I have to reschedule everything. So just clear it is my advice. Okay, guys, I adore you. I'm looking forward to all the different ways we're going to keep working together. We do have another call next Wednesday, so please put it on your calendar, this kind of call. And we're moving, you're going to see an opportunity to go live on Facebook in the Monetize Your Mission page. So I'm giving you a heads up. We're posting it tomorrow. We're going to ask you to go live for 1 minute with your expert title. Charlotte, I want to see you there. Because if you can't get the courage to trust me to go live on our private page where we love you, how the heck are you going to get out there with your work? Right? So I'm opening my page, the Monetize, the Meant for, I got too many M's, the Meant for More Challenge page. And tomorrow you're going to see an assignment challenging you for 1 minute to share your expert title and what you're seeing about your $1 million value. And a lot of people who've taken me up on this before, it was like their first kiss. They said like, oh my God, I'm so glad I took this opportunity. I'll remember it forever. So please, if you haven't gone live, if you've been gaining up the courage, if I can't see you now, take the opportunity when that post comes tomorrow and assume the throne. Okay? We do it? Thumbs up if you're going to take me up on it. You're going to be my first ones. You're the ones that are here, right? You stayed after school for a reason. So I'll be watching for you guys tomorrow. And then Elisa and Dr. Kelly, is there anyone else that wants Brittany to reach out about Monday, Tuesday, just to see if it's a fit? Okay, we'll reach out. All right. Thanks so much, you guys. Bye.